Today I've got Bailey, the golden retriever, and I've got Teddy, the young 10-month-old collie. So Bailey I worked with when he was a much younger pup. I think he was about 7 months old when I first started working with him, and he was pretty extreme. He had a bit of a switch and he was quite demanding and forceful with what he wanted. He was jumping up at his owners, biting them, he'd grab the leads. You know, he was full on, and he was very full on with other dogs as well. So he was interesting. Anyway, we've now gone past all that. He's one now. He's, you know, really mature and lovely. He does still have his moments. He does still kind of spit his dummy out a bit and want his own way, and you know, but for the most part there is a massive change in him, and I've not seen him for a few months now. So I picked him up today and I could see the difference in him straight away. He is maturing. So a lot of the behaviour that we don't want is puppy behaviour, unfortunately, and they will grow out of it. So Bailey's just spending a couple of days with me just to keep on top of basically his obedience, if you like. And then we've got, here we go, hey, and then we've got Teddy, the young collie pup. So what's happening here is Teddy's testosterone is now kicking in. I brought Roscoe with me today instead of my other collie Rio, hey, because he was completely fixated with Rio last time, but he's actually doing the same with Roscoe. So it is a case of being ready to get him castrated, really, to take this intense drive that's starting to take that away, because it's very stressful for them. Hey, and what will happen is Ross is brilliant because he lets me deal with it to a point, but other dogs won't let that happen. So your socialisation will be severely impeded because you can't, Bailey in the water, because you can't obviously let Teddy be doing that with other dogs. You know, I can do it with Roscoe, I can do it with my dogs, but you can't just let him do that with other dogs, and you can't always stop him. You know, once that drive becomes so intense, it then gets to the point where you can't stop them. At the moment it's manageable, but it's not that it's a behaviour you need to change as such. It's this intense drive that goes on in them, and it completely stresses them out so that they can't take notice of you even if they want to. Okay. Come on, Bailey, out that water. So that's what's happening with Teddy at the moment. And we have met a few dogs on the walk today, and he's been all right. He's not been disrespectful with the way he greets other dogs, and he's taken my direction and, you know, paid attention to me when I've told him what he can and can't do. We have, however, just met... See, he's doing it again. We have just met another dog who was a little bit nervous, and because that dog was nervous, it was a little bit sort of jumpy, and because of that, and because of that, Teddy got a little bit bolshy and snapped at it a couple of times. So that's not ideal. That's not what we want, and that's not because that's Teddy's. That's not because it's Teddy's. Hey, enough. And it's not because it's Teddy's bad attitude having to go at other dogs. It is the testosterone. It's this intense drive, this stressful state that it puts their minds in. So we need to look out for that, and just be wary. But as you can see, he's pretty relentless with the sniffing now with Roscoe, so it's not fair, bless them. It really does stress them out. They can't control what they're doing. It's awful to see sometimes. It's part of them growing up. You've got to get them castrated. But yeah, there we go. So that's my school day today. Bailey, who's looking lovely and dirty. Oh, gorgeous. And Teddy. Okay.